Hi guys, welcome to the Studentship YouTube channel. In this video, I will share with you practical tips on how you can pass your WAEC examination. You know, the West African examination is one of the most important exams you write in your life. It's very important you get good grades because it's going to determine if you get admission to the university, study abroad and other opportunities. So I'm going to share with you how you can pass your examination, and not just passing your examination but getting good grades. I'm talking about getting A's in your exam. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel because there are a lot of educational videos here that will be helpful to you. Now, the first step to pass your WAEC exam is to kill the fear of failure. A lot of students get scared about the WAEC exams approaching, and it affects their mindset. So even before the examination day, they already have this perception that I'm going to fail this exam. It's not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to have such negative mindset. You need to believe in yourself and tell yourself, I can do this. Because by the time you look at the history and the records of WAEC over the years, you see that a lot of students have been having good grades. Sometimes you hear about students who get parallel A in their WAEC. You can also do it. All it just takes is adequate preparation. So you don't need to be scared about, oh, I'm going to fail my WAEC. So the first thing you need to do is to kill that fear of failure. You need to believe in yourself, have confidence. Because whatever exam you are writing, that confidence is what's going to prepare you to prepare for your exam. So make sure you are not scared about the WAEC examination. Now, the next thing you need to do is to know the examination format for the WAEC exam. Because you're not going to go for an exam that you don't know the format. That is just one way to failure. Because the WAEC exam deals with theory, practical, and objective questions. For science students, they are going to write the whole theory sections, but other students in arts and social sciences are going to write just objective and theoretical exam. So you need to know what these exams format involve. For the objective exam, there are certain preparations you need to take, also for the practical and the theoretical aspect. So for the theory, you need to learn how to answer theory questions, because if you don't know how to answer these theory questions, you're going to lose a lot of marks, and this is going to affect your grade. And for the practical, you need to know the specimens, the procedures, how to do your reporting for each of these sections. So these are things you need to learn. Now, another thing is to get the WAEC syllabus. You see, the West African examination has a syllabus. This syllabus contains the list of topics you must read to prepare for your exam. Without using this syllabus, you might not get good grades. You need to study one topic after another topic. So if you are writing WAEC, so if you are taking biology in your WAEC, you need to get the biology syllabus. Study the first topic, you move to the next topic. And in this syllabus, you are going to see what you are expected to know, because these are where the questions will come out from. So by the time you are able to study this syllabus, you see that you are on your way to getting good grades in your WAEC examination. So make sure you get the syllabus. If you don't have the syllabus, you can check the description of this video and you see a link to get the syllabus for all the subjects in WAEC. Now, the next thing you need to do is to create a personal study timetable, because you need to plan your study. You don't wake up in the morning and say, well, maybe I'm going to study maths today, or biology, or commerce, or government. No, you need to plan your study. And planning your study requires you get a study timetable where you assign each of the subjects you are taking your WAEC examination for each of the days of the week. So Monday you can study maths, Tuesday maybe commerce, Wednesday literature, depending on the courses and subjects you are taking in your WAEC. This is going to help you to plan your study very well. And the brain works in a very marvelous way that by the time you're able to have this timetable, your brain just goes with your preparation. Everything just works out for you. By the end of the week, you will see that you've been able to achieve a lot. So as at this moment, make sure you start drafting out your study timetable, and draft out a timetable that is achievable. Don't cramp a lot of subjects for a day. Maybe one day you want to study physics, you want to study chemistry, you want to study biology. It's not going to work like that. It's advisable you study one subject per day. So each day assign a subject to it. You go through it, you study it, practice past questions and all of that. So draft out a study timetable that is going to guide you for your preparation. Another thing you can do is to study your SSCE notes and your textbooks. You need to get a recommended textbooks, textbooks that are easy for you to understand, because this textbook is going to enhance your knowledge. And also your SSCE notes. You get your SS1 note, your SS2 and your SS3 note. You start studying with this note, alongside with your textbook. Now, one advantage of studying with your SSCE note is that it makes things very simple, because sometimes some explanations in the textbooks might be cumbersome, very difficult to understand. But by the time you refer back to your textbook, what your teachers they taught you way back, you see that you're able to get a easy grasp of that concept. So you have to study with your SSCE notes and also with your recommended textbook. You can also check the description of this video and you see a link to access the WAEC recommended textbook for all subjects. So ensure you study with your SSCE notes and the WAEC recommended textbooks. Now, after studying with the SSCE notes, getting recommended textbooks and the JAM syllabus, another thing you need to do is to practice with past questions. You see, past questions are like a guide. They tell you what you are expected to know for the exam. It's just like you getting the experience for previous years, because without a past question you might not really have a clue. And one reason why I advise students to get past question is it's a very good way to test your level of preparation for the exam. By the time you start going through past question, you are going to encounter a lot of difficulties answering these questions. There are topics you've read and you think, oh wow, I know everything about this topic. But by the time you go through the past question, you start seeing that how you feel a lot of questions. Maybe, for example, you are practicing a theory or an objective WAEC past question. Maybe out of 50 questions, you get maybe 40 out of 50, you feel 10. So this past question is going to tell you that, well, you see, these are your weak points. These are the areas you need to put more focus on. Because by the time you are able to go through this past question, you know your weakness. And these are the weaknesses you need to tackle before the exam. So make sure you practice the past questions. One mistake students make is cramming past questions. No, past questions are not supposed to be crammed. It's not something you cram or trying to memorize it because you want to see an exact replica on the day of your exam. No, that is not the purpose of the past question. The past question is supposed to be a guide to tell you that, well, you see, you know this, you don't know this. So make sure you know this before the day of your exam. Get the past question for all the subjects you are taking in your WAEC exam, and it's going to help you. Now, the way to use past question is to answer questions related to the topics you've tackled for that day. So if I read ecology in my WAEC syllabus, let's say today is Tuesday, and on my personal timetable, I'm supposed to study biology, and the topic for that day is ecology. Now, after I study ecology, I need to start searching for past questions on ecology, on that topic. Now, by the time you start answering those questions, you will be able to determine if you understood those topics or there are certain things you need to tackle to get the comprehensive concept on that topic. So make sure you get the past question and don't cram your past questions for your WAEC examination. It's not going to be of any help to you, because at the end of the day you just get yourself confused. So get the past questions as a guide for your study. Another thing you can do is to join a study group. You can look out for a few persons, let's say your friends, 2 or 3 persons. You guys can come together and form a study group. This study group has the objective and aim of getting good grades in the WAEC exam. So you meet your friend Jennifer, Cynthia, let's form a study group where we can study together. We share topics among ourselves. Because apart from your personal study, you need to interact with other persons. By the time they share a topic to you and you are explaining that topic to your friends, you are going to encounter some challenges that will tell you that, well, I really need to study more on this. So the idea that you need to explain the topics to your friend will make you to prepare adequately than just when you just study alone. So that's why the study group is very important. And one thing you should know is that your study group should not encroach into your personal study time. The study group is just something you are doing just to enhance your level of preparation, and not something that is supposed to replace your personal preparation. So make sure that whatever time you fix for your study group, it doesn't encroach or affect your personal study time. And there must be a goal for the study group, because you see a lot of students form study group. At the end of the day, it's just gisting, discussing about the latest trends and all of that. So whatever study group you are forming or joining, make sure that it is very helpful for your exam preparation, because that is the most important thing you need right now to be prepared for your exams. Now, you can also attend tutorials, extra lessons apart from maybe your school lessons, or if you are currently not in SS3, you can go for extra lessons, because in these lessons they are going to teach you and give you simpler explanations to subjects, give you tips on how you can answer WAEC questions. Because during classes in school, the teacher is just trying to rush a lot of stuff, a lot of topics within a short period of time for that term. But by the time you go to this extra lesson, you get a better understanding on topics. So your school might be the one organizing the lesson, you should attend, or it could be a tutorial center, a WAEC tutorial center in your area, you should also attend. But then when you attend this tutorial, you must ensure that whatever they are teaching you is in line with the WAEC syllabus, and you are not just wasting your time there. It's not a place for fashion parade, no, people are just trying to show off. No, the tutorial should be something that is helpful to you. The tutorial should be helpful to you. Now, I know you asked, is it compulsory to attend WAEC tutorials? No, it is not compulsory to attend WAEC tutorials. You can study on your own or join a study group and do just fine. Or if you feel you need extra help, then you should attend a WAEC tutorial. Now, a very important thing you need to do for a WAEC is to write the mock exam. You see, most of the secondary schools organize WAEC mock exam for their students. You shouldn't run away from this mock exam, because this mock exam is just what is going to tell you that you are prepared for this exam or not. And by the time you do not do well in your mock exam, you see, it's an opportunity for you to put a lot of things, put yourself in order. Those questions you found difficult to answer in your WAEC, you'll be able to go through them again and do perfectly well in your main WAEC examination. So make sure you enroll for a mock exam. Even if you are currently not in secondary school, try to look for a school, a lesson center, a tutorial center that is organizing WAEC mock examination. Write the mock exam. This mock exam, it comes in different phases. A lot of schools, they organize about 2, 3, 4 mock exam before the main WAEC examination. So this is very, very important for you, to write the mock exam. And by the time you do not do any mock exam, you don't need to start feeling bad about yourself. No, this is not the time to feel bad about yourself. It means that you need to sit up and study more. So you must ensure that you do all of this to pass your WAEC examination. Now, other tips you can use, to study for your WAEC examination is reading in a serene environment. Just locate a place that is very conducive for study, and also a time for study. It could be at night, it could be in the evening, it could be in the afternoon. Just know what works for you and stick with it. There are students who, when they want to study, they go to the state library, they go to a secondary school, they go to just somewhere outside their home to study, something that doesn't distract them. So you have to look for somewhere that is safe and secure and conducive for learning, that you can study. Remember, your personal preparation is very, very important. It's very important than any other tips I've given in this video. So make sure you try to apply these tips to your personal study, and you see a lot of difference in your examination. I'm very hopeful that you do well in your WAEC exam. If you have any question, you need further clarifications, do let me know in the comment, and I'll be more than happy to give you a response and reply to your messages. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel to see more educational videos. For now, it's bye bye. I wish you good luck and success in your examination.